Okay, so I guess we were left with the cross-indexing of the fields within that arrangement. And then I guess, Lori, you got to go very soon?
Yeah, I have a meeting at 2 o'clock, so I have to get onto a team viewer or something.
So you
So
got to go like in 5 minutes or?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just give a short explanation as to, what the significance is of this map that I just shared with you. And so as you see, there's 12 segments in the map, and each segment is 5 minutes. And in most meeting agendas, you have, you write down, okay, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, what we're going to do. But most meeting agendas do not stipify the type of conversation that you're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can create a normal meeting agenda, but then what you do is then you add in the idea of a conversation type. So you might go, okay, we're going to spend 10 minutes and we're going to brainstorm coming up with the ideas for the learning center. And as a facilitator, what you're going to do is you're creating this ideal map ahead of time that you are then taking the group through. But for you guys, everyone's got the map, and I'm teaching you how to use this one tool, right? But at some point, each of you will be using it to design whatever session that you want with your clients. And at some point, this will be software, but again, it's sort of like, I got like
That's okay.
100 maps to design and image. And anyway, but I think that this map is a pivotal map of looking at human beings. Most of our stuff is by the hour. And so if you can create a high degree of value in an hour and teach people to create a high degree of value in an hour, you're essentially, that's all you got to do with people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can just do that for everybody that you're teaching, they can create the lifestyle they want. Because if you can take any group of people and have them pay you any amount, take you to a goal, it's a very general thing. But if you can do that, like I'm doing with you, people are going to be pretty happy, right?
Yeah.
And so this can happen in business fields, family fields, like all those fields, all those space fields. We can create specific configurations with the conversation types, which I sent you, just 8 of them, but there's 72 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can basically design conversational flows for every different type of space field there is, 30 space fields. And then what the idea is, you take your gift, you take what you're really good at, or you go, Michelle may go, I want to get Saskatchewan farmers and I want them to brainstorm ideas to change their farms into eco-villages. Or Sylvia goes, hey, I just want to take kids who are 12 and teach them how to, jump into their creativity. Or Lori goes, I want to take entrepreneurs and I want to, have a process to take them, to take their gifts into the world. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Then you figure out what conversation types, in which way, and then you figure out which values you want to program those conversation types with. And then you figure out what's the main conceptual lens they're going to be looking at. And then that becomes the inner rings. And then on the outside, there's this start, setup, build up, crescendo, ease out, connect and unify, and finish. That's the universal process. That's like you're taking a group and you're bringing them into a high point, and then you're taking them out, but you're connecting them into something bigger, right? So, and then you can use that same seven steps and have your first session be the first step. And then your second step is the setup. And then your third session is the buildup. And your fourth step is the crescendo. And so you're creating a winning formula, exactly what you want to design with this map to take people through it. And then it's something you, again, can teach to anyone else to do the same thing. Isn't that a good idea?
Oh, this is just
Isn't it? Like,
Unbelievable. So Elijah, my question would be, is this a map that us four could do? Like, I
yeah,
don't know, because I would love to go through this process, because time is one of the most valuable resources we all have. And when you say you can keep it to that 1 hour, 5-minute segments, that gets me totally excited.
yeah,
Even possibly use with my own clients in my investment business.
of course. I mean, it's universal. Like,
Yeah.
this is the first time I've ever been able to explain to a group this part in 25
Wow.
years.
Good grief. Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
So just so you
wow.
know, like, and then
Yeah.
looking at the value systems and thinking, this to me is, I'm in shock and awe of that this is actually occurring, and you're actually understanding what I'm talking about. Like, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's 5 to 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, give me 2 more minutes and then I'll go off. You guys can continue and close.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. So if you guys determine, you can just let me know, Sylvia.
Okay.
Okay? Thank
So,
you.
Lori, do you want to say something as you go?
Yeah, as I leave, I don't want to leave. I am enthralled with this. But when you say, like I said, time is of the essence for most people. So as you described, Sylvia, if she wanted to take a group of young people, Lori wants to take entrepreneurs, Michelle wants to go and work with farmers, building eco-villages. That just gives me the biggest thrill in the world, because you can take your passion and what it is and go forward with it. Because I was seeing with the group of 4 of us, we have a lot of the same intentions and passions. Like Emmanuel, I want to help people in poverty, like starvation and poverty. That just touches my heart. So just looking how, I don't want to say this is simple, but I had tears, Elijah, as you said, this is the first time in 25 years that you were able to explain this. So I can't imagine how your heart must be just opened up right now. And the exciting part is I have all these wonderful people in this group with me that trusted this process to step in. So I'm done. I hate crying, but I want to thank all of you so much. And thank you, Elijah, for your patience in working with all of us to get this to this point. This is unbelievable.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Okay, thanks, everybody. I love
Hey,
you.
take care. Love you too.
Yeah, bye.
That's awesome. Like I when you're going through, like I wrote down some stuff, and like setting agendas and how you can compare agendas to the info matrix map here. Like, there's no comparison. Agendas really mean nothing to the old system. To this system, yeah.
Have the lens with the values overlaying it all.
Yeah. And having, conversations, like keeping those conversations on a one track, and then, okay, we're done with that, and then you move on to the next. And yeah, huge. Figure out your conversation types. Okay, like what kind of, yeah. Great language. Like it's really great. It really is. Love it. Michelle, anything?
I'm just enjoying the energy of it all, and I can't fully appreciate the magnitude of having a lifetime of work culminating or in manifesting in its next step. So congratulations, Elijah.
Yeah, this is going to be huge.
If I can add something, I talked to my brother. Like, a big part of my, let's say, block with bringing this to the world has been that I've been sort of disconnected with my family while I've been doing this.
Right.
And I recently, I was sort of waiting for me to get to a point that I've been aiming for. you know, because I've been going through all these, let's say, struggles and things, and thinking I've got this thing, but communication, as you know, isn't so easy with family or certain situations, right? Where it just doesn't happen. It
Yeah.
takes two. There's a lot more to it than a card. And on my brother's birthday, I communicated with him, and I felt like I was ready to come back to my family and just come back. And you know, for over 15 years, I've been away from everybody,
Wow.
and sort of very, very frustrated with the world, like very, very, very frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't been able to communicate this in such a manner that people understood me to the point where they would go, "Oh, I get it." Like, it didn't matter what I did. It seemed they just didn't seem to get the significance of what humans would be like if we could actually consciously choose the type of field we're in and consciously choose the type of communication we want, and then facilitate it to the point where everyone is getting heard, everyone is getting seen. You know, in so many families, you know, we all have our childhood trauma about what didn't happen. And, you know, each family's different. Some they're great, but a lot of people, you know, their communication was horrible. And those patterns continue in business, those patterns continue in high school, and then we're stuck in this kind of world where we can't communicate what we want. We can't communicate anything because of these patterns. And so the hope is that, like in the conversation types, like this to me is a bit of a healing convo for me, where you guys are listening and I'm sort of speaking of my pain. And that to me is what humans need. You know, you need to have people to listen to you when you speak of your pain, and then that's what alleviates it. And if they don't listen with attention like you are, it's like going to mom and, "Hey mom, I hurt myself," and you know, mother's attention is somewhere else, and the child, you know, doesn't get healed. And so humans, I think the essence of being a human is when we pay attention to one another and listen, and that's all we need. We don't need more than that. But if we don't get that at very critical times, then this becomes a locked pattern. And now for the rest of our life, we may have that. And so if people don't understand, let's say the healing convo, one of the convo, we don't understand how to help each other. So that's just one of the 72 convo types. So I think each of you, you know, once you see all the convo, you'll see, oh, I'm really good at this. I'm not so good at that. And the conversation types are kind of like, okay, well, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you want to get better at? What do you want to teach? What do you want to share?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think your family need, you know? And then the cards are put down on the table. So it takes it from the inside of the mind, brings it in front of you. So now you can start to learn how to communicate.
Big stuff.
So I don't think I'm going to give an assignment.
Yeah.
I think we'll do the same thing next week. We'll come together to create the synergy map and proceed from there, if that's okay with you guys.
Perfect.
Yep. We can probably pick up at the original time. Thank you all for shoveling things around for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Things
And I want to thank
life
you.
happens.
Thank you dearly for listening and being here and being on this journey with me. And I'm in awe of you.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
This is great. Okay, we're done.
I think so. Unless, would you like
Yep.
to say something or?
Nope.
No, we can't really top that.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Excellent.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.